Hey, American contractors, viewers of the American Contractor Show. I'm here with John Dye at Win the Storm, and I have to tell you, anyone that is associated with American Contractor Show, you are a badass.
Big shout out to American Contractor Show. If you don't know, you definitely need to check out the Storm Summit. They're doing it in excellence. Check them out.
Hey, what's up? This is your friend, Francisco Serrano. If you haven't checked it out, American Contractor Show, YouTube channel, Facebook channel, Twitter, Instagram, all the platforms, you need to go them, like them, start learning about your craft.
Hey, I'm Matt Danskin with Restoration Referral System. Check out the American Contractor Show. The truck that they've got is awesome. Everything else that they have going on.
This is Larry Bache with the Northern Law Group, helping policyholders for more than 30 years. If you have a claim or your client has a claim that needs help, please feel free to call the Northern Law Group because we are the true policyholder advocate.
C3 was eager to help us, and even whenever we weren't giving them work, they were still eager to give advice. The things that they were putting out for the changing from DMO to RFG and giving that to the industry and not charging anything for it, I thought was really cool. And that's stuff that I as a contractor appreciate. I'd recommend C3 to any contractor that's looking for a PA, especially if you're around great guys, man. I'm nothing but happy with the work they've done for us.
What's up, everyone? Lead meteorologist John Choquette here. Forecast update, not crazy big, mostly just because we're just going to focus on one area, and that's going to be DFW. So this is what's happening right now as of 5 p.m. here in Dallas. And we were watching this storm, right? Back by Abilene. I was like, this is our guy. This is going along an outflow boundary. Basically, it's a track for a storm to go, and it would bring it right into DFW. But notice how things have really kind of fallen apart here in the last about hour or so after about 4 o'clock. And that is because we have been socked in cloudiness here in Dallas all day. It's 80 degrees. However, there is lots of clouds. This rain that took forever to move out really stabilized the atmosphere enough to not get enough lift, not get enough instability to really have that giant storm potential. So yes, there's a chance for storms, but I think that potential for very large hail has really gone down significantly. And yes, I see in the comments, and this is where I was actually heading to next, Del Rio just got a much bigger storm here in, so the rest of the risk area south of Dallas is pretty much unchanged for this evening. A lot of it's for late tonight, but Del Rio just recently was impacted by very large hail, upwards of 3 inches just to the east of the city. The city itself got about 2-inch hail, it looks like, and there's more storms coming in a little bit. We'll check in that with that a little more in just a moment. And then current temps, don't need to worry about that too much. We're jumping right into what's happening right now. So we're starting off, we're in the Dallas area, but we're going to move down to Del Rio just to where storms are actually happening. This is all non-severe, turning kind of linear as well in Dallas. But down by Del Rio, we did have a good storm move through there just a little while ago. We got all the reports here. Again, 3-inch hail is the biggest report that we had so far. This was the storm that impacted Del Rio. We had, it's now heading right for the radar, and we got 2 more supercells now on the Mexico side of the Rio Grande. Got one coming just south of Del Rio, another one's probably moving into Del Rio. These are weaker than the ones the first one that moved through. We have hail upwards, probably about $1.25 to $1.5 size with these versus the near 3-inch hail in the Del Rio area. So again, everywhere else where there's the chance for storms that we had mentioned, unchanged forecast except for Dallas, okay? So if you watched us at noon, we had $1.25 to $1.5 size hail possible. Like up in the Northeast, I saw someone say something about up in the Northeast for New York and Pennsylvania. Still that lingering chance of $1.25 to $1.5 size hail through the evening hours. Things haven't been very strong so far, but that's very possible all the way up through about 9 o'clock. And then everywhere else, that forecast remains the same. But here for Dallas specifically, the city forecast here. 7 to 10 o'clock tonight. And notice, yeah, things have gone down quite a bit, but we're trying to be, about as, transparent as possible. We don't, temper those expectations, I guess. So you could still have up to some ping pong ball size hail, and that chance of hail is really coming down low. Just watching a storm coming into town and completely falling apart is not good news for later. So I think we got a low chance of hail now across the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. Things, again, tricky forecast, complicated setup. We needed that cloud cover and that rain to move out, and it just didn't get to moving out quite in time. And I think that's really going to hinder those chances tonight. Hopefully I'm wrong. Hopefully I come back and I'm eating crow and you have a huge storm. I'm sure that's what you guys want, but that just seems to be the case. We have more systems coming for the remainder of the next week or so, so I wouldn't be super concerned. Things are still coming back. So I was hoping for this bad boy. Yes, yeah, we were too. We were rooting for that storm. I mean, Derek was actually heading down to Dallas to chase that live, and then turned around and started heading back, and now I was like, okay, we should probably say something here. So, but good news, if you're in San Antonio, Austin, all those areas in south central parts of Texas, yes, those storm chances are still very much in play for tonight. We've already had that big storm in Del Rio, and that's going to continue through the late evening into possibly the overnight hours. So if anything crazy does happen, we will come back. We'll do live coverage, unless it's really late. We won't do live coverage 2 in the morning. But follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, hit see first, all that great stuff. Somebody asked about hail in Illinois. I do not think so, unfortunately. I think Illinois is pretty quiet. It's rained there all day today, and that's going to really kind of kill those chances. And give us a call, 855-334-4245. Again, we'll be back here if anything crazy happens in, say, Austin or San Antonio or any other other bigger border cities if we get enough lead time on those. Info at hailtrace.com and hailtrace.com. Have a good day, everybody. Sorry to be the bearer of bad news. We'll see you again tomorrow.